Welcome back to another episode of What If I Was Transported to Pokemon Part 4. Now, sorry this took a while to get out because I was busy with stuff in school and other like that. But let's get on with the video. So where we last left off. So we just arrived to AJ's gym. And Ash, and like in canon, Ash decides to have a battle with AJ, but immediately just gets obliterated. Then Ash forces me to have a battle with AJ, so I have to accept. And then we both send out our Sandshrews. AJ getting cocky, saying, your little Sandshrew won't be able to beat mine. And I say, oh really? Well, even if it doesn't beat yours, I will still try. And then both of them go for rollout, which hit each other. And then they start to wrestle, fighting for supremacy, or whatever they say it. And so they jump backwards, ready to attack each other. But they go for dig, or is it? Yeah, I think it was dig. And they start to fight each other once they emerge from the ground, using scratches and metal claws. Oh, what the? Sorry about that. And then they land on the ground, prepared to continue on with the fight. Trying to win this battle, my Sandshrew goes for rollout, but AJ's Sandshrew jumps up and then is right behind it and then hits it with the rollout. It then goes for dig and I tell Sandshrew to be on guard. And then it goes for dig and goes into the hole the AJ's Sandshrew went through. But AJ's Sandshrew arises, and there comes my Sandshrew knocked out. And I say, that's not at all. And I decide to reveal the Pokemon I caught. As they reveal it to be a shiny Psyduck. And then AJ decides to continue on with the battle, commanding his Sandshrew to use rollout. But I tell his Psyduck to use confusion. As it stops in place and is lifted into the air, and sent back down. Then Sandshrew goes for another rollout, but it is stopped with water gun. As in, Sandshrew steps back, is prepared to attack again, but is caught off guard with Psyduck using Scratch. Then Psyduck jumps back, ready to attack again. And Sandshrew uses rollout, once again trying to at least knock him off balance, but then Psyduck uses confusion and lifts Sandshrew up into the air. As then while it's falling, Psyduck uses a water pulse, which knocks Sandshrew out. AJ, not wanting to give up, sends out his Butterfree. Well, Red, you think your Psyduck has enough energy to continue on? Then Psyduck nods and looks at me and nods. Then he sends Butterfree to use Tackle, but it is sent away with Psyduck using Water Gun. Butterfree tries to use Stun Spore, which connects. Is then hit with a Tackle from behind. Then Butterfree flies back to its trainer's position. Then it goes for another tackle to finish it off, but Psyduck is able to push through the paralysis and use a confusion. Sorry. And then Psyduck is able to finish off Butterfree with another water pulse. And AJ would go to shake hands. And since AJ lost, he doesn't feel too bad as it was a well-fought battle. And then AJ will still go on another journey to collect all the badges, declaring that I am now his rival, and he will go train for the upcoming league. As in, we all head on our way, and this is the episode of the school. I forgot the name, but yeah, we see what's his name? Joe? I don't know. And then everything goes like in canon, as then Joe he decides to test out the thing for his so-called winnings of simulation, and still gets beaten by Misty Starmie. As then Giselle, it says the same old things. I mean, there's not much here to change, other than the fact that that Ash decides to make me battle more. And then Giselle sends out her Cubone. I send out my Charmander. Giselle would say, "You really think a fire type is gonna be able to beat a ground type? Are you really that cocky that you think your Pokemon can beat mine? You've only got 2 badges." So I will say, oh, don't you worry. Looks can be deceiving too. And then we would start the battle with Cubone using Bone Rush, but I tell Charmander to jump over this and use Metal Claw. And then I tell it to use Fire Fang. And then it jumps over and Cubone is hit with its own bone as it knocks out. Giselle is shocked. Yeah. Her Cubone was beaten so fast. And she gets the realization that the school, his education may give you some basic knowledge, but without experience, you're nothing. And then Team Rocket appears again, and this time they decide to send out their Pokemon this time. But then, right as Giselle was gonna be hit with a poison sting, I jump right in front of her, taking the blow. I am the one who get poisoned. And in my mind, I would say, so this is what it feels like to be hit with poison. I feel sick. As Giselle kind of blushes at this, seeing that I jumped right in front of her to protect her. Pay no mind to this. No, come on, why is this? Anyways, throughout the travel, I've been able to get a simple understanding of the Super Blaze ability, as we are almost able to activate it willingly. And then Charmander jumps into the blaze and uses a flamethrower out of anger that they would hurt me. Then they would be sent blast off again. Sorry. Then I would pass out due to the poison. And then the next day, I'm fully recovered. We decide to leave for now. But then Giselle appears and decides to ask us if she can join us. Ash has no problem with this, and neither the others, And then she joins us on her journey. This is not just to get more experience, but for something else. Not gonna say it why. Anyways, we go on to the Garden of Bulbasaur. Yeah, Bulbasaur's Garden, I think it was called. I don't even care about these episodes as much anymore. Anyways, like in canon, Bulbasaur appears, and yeah, just everything goes as in canon. There's not much changing here. Then Team Rocket would appear like normal, and then they're sent off, blasting off. Ash and Pikachu would have a battle with Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur would get fried, and Ash would catch the Bulbasaur. So, at least that's one of Ash's canon Pokemon. Even though he didn't actually catch Poliwag. But, moving on. So, this is around the time of the Charmander episode. As we see the Charmander, my Charmander tries to befriend it and convince it to leave, but the Charmander is stubborn and does not want to. It is waiting for its trainer, but we know that it's not coming back. Then you go into the Pokemon Center and see Damien, was it called? Man, I really gotta be updated on these things. Anyways, he's just spouting nonsense about how he abandoned Charmander. And we would all get angry at this and Damien would say, what are you gonna do about it? You might as well go back to hugging your girlfriend. As I would say, she's not my girlfriend. And he would say, yeah, whatever. She wouldn't be with a guy as stupid as you. I would try to run at him, trying to beat him up, but Giselle would hold me back, telling me that it wasn't worth it. And Nurse Joy would come by and stop the fight, and pretty much everything, because in canon, sorry I keep on saying that, it's just, sometimes I forget these episodes, but we still, get Charmander. I'm the first one to arrive since I know I can't just leave it there. And so we bring Charmander to the Pokemon Center. It's not as in worse condition that it was before since I went there earlier. And then Charmander walks back to the rock and Team Rocket appears. And I did not know about this, but they evolved their Pokemon early, as this might be troublesome, as most of our Pokemon aren't that evolved. But during the battle, my Charmander would evolve into Charmeleon, as then it would use its new move, Dragon Rage, to knock out both Arbok and Weezing. As then my Charmeleon and Charmander would use a combined flamethrower to send Team Rocket blasting off. Then Damien would come by to try to catch Charmander, but Charmander would reject this because it was lied to and abandoned. As then Charmander and Charmeleon would use a combined flamethrower along with Pikachu using a Thunderbolt. And then Damien would go crying to his mommy. Okay, I'll stop. Anyways, Charmander then is caught by Ash, and everything is going good. Ash has a new Pokemon, and my Charmander evolved into Charmeleon. So anyways, we go onto the Squirtle Squad, where everything is just as in canon, but a few differences. Me and Giselle were separated by everyone, and Giselle is just a little bit embarrassed that me and her are alone. Not what I meant, so you better not be saying simp in the comments. Anyways, all of a sudden a portal opens up, and out comes a Team Rocket grunt. But there's something different about him. He doesn't look like the standard Team Rocket grunt. He declares that I am a grunt of Team Rainbow Rocket. And we heard about your mission. We will not let you interfere. As in, we have to battle. As in, he sends out a Golbat. I send out my Psyduck, seeing as I can't be over-reliant on Charmeleon. As in, Golbat goes for Poison Fang, Psyduck goes for Scratch, and Psyduck sends it around with Confusion, and then uses a Water Pulse, as Golbat seems to almost be knocked out, but the grunt takes something out of his pocket and gives it to Golbat, as in a sudden poisonous aura erupts from the Golbat. And then he uses a Poison Fang, it poisons Psyduck. Now Psyduck is on the back foot because Golbat was given a boost in power. Then the leader of the Squirrel Squad appears. I am confused as if, why is he here? Shouldn't he be where he was in canon? But I have no time to think about this, as I asked Squirrel, can you help us out? And Squirrel would nod in approval, as both Squirrel and Psyduck use a water gun to send Golbat back. Psyduck uses a Confusion to hold it in place, while Squirtle uses a Skull Bash. Then Psyduck sends it up and uses a Water Pulse. Then Golbat flies down very weakened. Then it is finished off with another double water gun. Team Rocket Grunt has to go. You may have won this round, but next time you find another one of us, you will be dead. And then he goes back through the portal, and we have to go find everyone else. I returned my Psyduck and told it to get a good rest because it was poisoned. And then everything goes as in canon, where we got the squirrel to understand and put the fire out. And then the Squirrel Squad was now hailed as the firefighters, or whatever it is. As we are about to leave, the leader of the Squirrel Squad suddenly appears, and instead of choosing Ash, it chooses me. I am shocked at this, and saying in my mind, oh great, now Squirtle wants to go with me instead of Ash. This is not good, but maybe soon it would want to go with Ash. We can always trade this, but I can't turn down this request, as he may be important soon. And then I decide to catch the Squirtle, and then I send back Firo to back to Professor Oak's lab. I may have forgotten to say this, but Ash still catches his Krabby, and decides not to trade any Pokemon out. And then we go on our journey, and this journey is to be continued. Now, what do you think about the Team Rainbow Rocket? What do you think of me getting Squirtle? If you have any objections to this, I'll be sure to soon try to find a way to give Ash his Squirtle. So anyways, see you in the next episode.